Hi, this is John with ssh Quick. Today I'm going to show you how to use salt-ssh to communicate with a server that is not a salt minion. One reason you might use salt-ssh is to bootstrap the salt minion service onto a new server. So I have a new server here and it's not a salt minion. So how can we make it communicate with salt-ssh? There are a few prereqs we need to take care of first. So let's go ahead and log in to this server. We first need to make sure that we can communicate with the salt master. The salt master is on 172.16.11. Since I can ping it, I believe we do have good network connectivity. The other thing we need to do is make sure that we have an SSH server running. So let's do systemctl status sshd. Yep, it's running. And one more thing we need to do is we either need to allow root logins with a password, or we need to manually copy the salt-ssh key over to the Debian master. So if we're going to allow root logins, we need to check on the SSD configuration. And you can see that I have allowed root login with a password by changing this line from permit root login prohibit password to permit root login yes. Normally, I wouldn't think that's a good idea, but we're just going to put that in there temporarily so salt-ssh can bootstrap this server. The other way you would do that is to copy the salt master key over to the root user. Alright, let's go into our salt master. So here is our salt master. So how do we communicate with this new server? Generally, you have what's called a minion ID. That is how salt communicates with its minions. However, because it's not a minion yet, there is no minion ID. So we have to define one, and we can do that in the roster file. The roster file is found in etc salt roster. You can see there are a few examples already, so let's go ahead and define a new one. We need an identifier. I'm going to call it Debian clone. This is also a YAML file, so make sure that you indent 2 spaces. The host is going to be 172.16.1.2, which is the IP address of our new Debian server. Go ahead and save that file. And now let's see if we can connect to the Debian clone. We'll do sudo salt-ssh debian clone and the command we want to run. In this case, we'll just do test.ping to see if it's working. You can see it's saying permission denied for host Debian clone. Do you want to deploy the salt-ssh key? If you're allowing root login with password, you can do this and it will copy the key for you automatically. If you're not, you'll have to do it manually. But since I've allowed password login, I'll go ahead and say yes here and put the password in. There we go. We got a response from our Debian clone server. And that's pretty much all there is to using salt-ssh. We define the identifier in the roster file, we place the key on the server, and there we go. You will need to have Python on the server you want to use. That's one thing I did forget to mention. So if you don't have Python, and it must be the same major version as the Python of your salt master. So if you have Python 2 in your salt master, you'll need Python 2 on your server. If you're using the Python 3 version, you'll need Python 3 on your server. I'm using the Python 2 version on this salt master, and I have Python 2 installed on my Debian server. So what if instead we wanted to copy the key manually and not allow password logins at all? Well, we can do that too. Let's go into etc salt. Inside here, we'll go to PKI, and we'll go to master. And you can see there's a folder called SSH. These keys get created the first time you run the salt-ssh program. So if they're not there, you can just run salt-ssh and put them on there. So if we do salt-ssh debian clone test.ping, you'll see it's requiring the key again. So it's saying permission denied. We don't have that, but it did recreate the key. So let's go ahead and copy this public key. I will go ahead and log in as a normal user, and I can become root. And inside here, we'll edit the authorized key folder. Get out of root, get out of the server, and let's try that salt-ssh command again. There we go, it returns true. So that's how you'd copy the key manually. And that's pretty much all there is to running salt-ssh. Thanks for watching. See you next time.